Hey guys, it's Mumu. Welcome to my channel. Today I'm doing a screenshot redraw of Catra and Adora from SHERA. I actually love them so much, and it happens to be Pride Month, so happy Pride Month everybody. So I decided to draw Catra and Adora as kids because it really shows their support for one another, and I love them as a couple for many reasons. One is because as you grow up, there's always that period in time when things get super duper awkward when you try to figure out your feelings. It could be for your friends, your best friends. Gender doesn't really matter with this aspect. And the fact that in season 1, Adora kind of left Catra for her own, basically abandoned her to become SHERA and join the Princess Alliance and all of that. I kind of understand where Catra's coming from, having like my own abandonment issues growing up from like not having a father, biological father, all that stuff, and seeing how they were both raised in this militarian society in a way where you only have this one leader and the only people that you had was one another. Because Adora was so extroverted and very friendly, positive, people tended to go towards her, while Catra was not in a way shy, but was very guarded and was always seen as the failure of the two, or like not good enough between them. Having Adora there to support her, comfort her, even if she got vented at, like Catra vented her emotions at her, they still had a very strong bond since childhood. And watching them develop together as the season progressed, when I first watched it, I wasn't fully a fan of them as a possible ship or anything like that. I mostly shipped Catra and Scorpia because Scorpia was super loyal and an amazing friend, but Catra was so hung up on Adora. It just seemed that for me, I didn't understand the reason for that until we got a glimpse more and more into their childhood together, into how they supported each other. And this scene was actually very important for me to, I know this is like way later, this is the last season, a few episodes in, and this finally connected everything for me. The support that they had for each other growing up in a hard society, how Catra felt that Adora in a way abandoned her for a new friend, and she vented her emotions by one, pushing away that other friend being mean to her, and two, pushing away Adora at the same time, while also still wanting the affection for her. The final season really did a great growth on Catra, summing her up as a character because she was our main villain. Well, not main villain, the main villain was Hordak Prime, but she was one of the people that set things into action. She was a troublemaker. She loved causing all of those issues, but they were coming from the stem that she wanted Adora's attention. So the way she did it is through trouble, and that can be seen even with kids that don't get enough attention from their parents. They rather do troublesome things that even though they get lectured, punished, things about them, they still get that attention for those few moments or however long it is. And that can be seen through Catra. She's actually very relatable, and even though Adora is technically not a princess, she's SHERA, she has all this power, she's still figuring out who she is as just Adora. When she loses her ability to become SHERA, it's like she lost in a way who she was. And a lot of times she wanted to rescue Princess Glimmer, and basically that was her inner nature to save her friends, always be by their side. When Catra did what she did, helping Glimmer out, spoilers guys, sorry, spoilers, helping Glimmer out, it was to keep Adora safe from Horde Prime, so that she wouldn't have to like go into this trouble to rescue Glimmer at the base, because she knew she was coming. That shows how much Catra truly cares about Adora, even though she's really stubborn about it. This final season, it was just amazing because it shows that even though you could love somebody and care for them, it doesn't mean you could always express it properly. And as teenagers or young kids, I remember, like from my own past, not being able to express my emotions. And sometimes, like when I would argue with the person in question, sometimes we would get really violent with words, say hurtful things. We would sort of vent in a physical way, not really like abusing each other, but like, I don't know, it was just so much emotions going on. And the fact that they're young heroes, villains, whatever, fighting for the greater good, and you have to process your emotions for someone you care about, I feel like this show does a really great baseline for it. I don't know if I would actually call their relationship toxic, because when you're young and you have all these emotions and so much things on the line, it was done well in my point of view, how they have this tension between each other. They don't know what this tension is, and eventually going separate ways help them figure out what's important in a way. I feel like if Adora stayed with the colony or whatever, she wouldn't have fully been able to explore it, because then Catra wouldn't be able to know fully what Adora truly means, because she wouldn't have felt those abandonment issues of being left behind, feeling that she's no longer her friend. And this scene where when Adora basically says, "I'll always be your friend no matter what," that was really resonating about their relationship, that even whatever Catra does, Adora understands, and she was willing to go back for Catra because she still saw good. And when there was this whole part where Catra was in the verge of trying to be good, but she still has that troublemaker type of vibe, you don't know how to fully feel sometimes. But you also have to understand there's a transition between, like, I've been making mistakes, now I have to be good, but I don't know fully how. So the way the final season drew out this love story in a way and brought things together, I think it was very impressive how they did it through telling their childhood, what actually keeps them together, what are their bonds, these memories that Catra really cherishes of Adora was really moving to me. And I cried a few times. I know I'm a crybaby, so this scene, I chose it specifically. It might have been not like a powerful scene for some, but a childhood friendship that can eventually develop into something more, or even if it doesn't, just knowing you have that bond with a person, it's very strong and a very powerful way to have people relate to it. Having like a best friend, even if it's not a love interest, having a person to rely on when things are going bad, things are stressful, all of this really created the love they have for one another, and their time apart helped them in a way to value them. The scenes where Catra tells Adora to cherish herself, to take care of herself in a way, because she always puts everyone else first and herself last. That's Catra's true love, of seeing Adora grow up over and over and her sacrifice. And she was just tired of it, and she didn't want to have Adora suffer anymore, because she loved her so much that she wasn't willing for Adora to die for basically no reason, you know? And that's basically my little summary of how much I loved the evolution of Catra and Adora. That was the final piece of them being a complete screenshot. Let me know if I actually succeeded at it. If I didn't, tell me if you enjoyed this video, and I'll see you guys next time. All right, bye.